Picture this. You are in a room full of people. Maybe it is a meeting, maybe it is dinner, maybe you are with friends, and everything feels normal. Then suddenly, someone turns the attention toward you. They bring up your mistake. They laugh at your idea. They mention something embarrassing from your past. Or they make one sharp comment just loud enough for everyone to hear. And in 1 second, the room changes. Every eye turns toward you, your face gets hot, your chest tightens, your brain goes blank. And the worst part is not even what they said. The worst part is that everyone is now watching to see how you react. That is the moment where most people lose themselves. Some people snap back. They get loud. They say something emotional. And now the room is not focused on the disrespect anymore. The room is focused on their reaction. Other people do the opposite. They smile like it did not hurt. They laugh along. They look down. They pretend it was fine. But later, when they are alone, the moment keeps replaying. They think of the perfect thing they should have said. They imagine a stronger version of themselves. The version who stayed calm. The version who did not freeze. The version who did not give the other person control. If that has ever happened to you, listen carefully. The reason that moment still bothers you is not just because someone embarrassed you. It bothers you because you felt controlled. You felt like someone else took control of your face, your voice, your body, and your confidence in front of people. And that is what public humiliation tries to do. It is not always about the insult. Sometimes, it is about your reaction. They want to see your face change. They want to hear your voice shake. They want proof that one sentence from them can move you, because if they can control your reaction, they can control the moment. And if they can control the moment, they can control how the room sees you. But today, that changes. You are not learning how to humiliate them back. That is not power. That is just giving them your energy in a different form. You are learning how to stay so calm that their attempt has nowhere to land. No yelling, no begging the room to defend you. No long speech trying to prove your worth. Just calm control. This is emotional armor. And the first rule is simple. The person who loses control first loses the room. If you explode, they can call you dramatic. If you shrink, they learn you are safe to target. But if you stay calm, something strange happens. The embarrassment stops sticking to you. It starts sticking to the person who created it. That is the backfire. Not because you destroyed them, but because you stayed centered while they exposed themselves. The first move is called the 3-second shield. When someone says something to humiliate you, do not answer immediately. Do not rush to defend yourself. Do not fake laugh. Do not look down like you disappeared. And do not start explaining. Most people think the faster they respond, the stronger they look. But fast reactions often look like panic. A calm person does not rush to prove they are calm. So pause for 3 seconds, breathe once. Relax your shoulders. Keep your face neutral. Look at the person like you are studying what just happened. Not angry, not wounded, not desperate. Just curious. That pause changes the rhythm. They expected a reaction. They expected panic. They expected embarrassment. They expected you to jump into the role they created for you, but instead, you gave them stillness. And stillness makes immature people nervous. If you need one word, say, interesting. Just one word, then stop. Do not add 5 sentences after it. Do not explain why it was rude. Do not try to make everyone understand. Just say, interesting. Then let the silence finish the sentence. That one word tells the room something important. It says, I heard you. It says, I am not afraid of this moment. And it says, you did not move me the way you thought you would. The second move is called the room reset. Public humiliation works by isolating you. The person tries to make you the target while the room becomes the audience. They want everyone watching you squirm. So your job is not to fight them. Your job is to reset what the room is watching. After your pause, look around calmly. Not like you are begging people to save you. Not like you need the group to vote on your value. Just calm enough to make the moment visible. Then say, that was an interesting thing to say out loud. This line is powerful because it does not attack them. It does not insult them. It simply turns the light back on. Before that line, the room was watching your reaction. After that line, the room starts watching their intention. Now people are no longer asking, what is wrong with you? They are asking, why did they say that? That is the shift. You did not fight for power. You changed the frame, and the frame controls the room. Imagine you are in a meeting. You share an idea, someone smirks and says, wow, you really thought that would work? If you defend yourself immediately, you are inside their frame. Now you are trying to prove that your idea is not stupid. But if you pause and say, That was an interesting way to respond to an idea. The frame changes. Now the question is not whether your idea is perfect. The question is why they needed to respond like that. That is the room reset. The third move is called the calm label. Humiliation survives when everyone pretends nothing happened. That is why people hide behind phrases like, "I was just joking," or "relax," or "you were too sensitive." Those phrases are escape doors. They make the comment. Then when you react, they pretend the real problem is your sensitivity. But calm labeling removes the hiding place. You do not accuse. You do not explode. You simply name what it sounded like. Say, "That sounded like it was meant to embarrass me." Then add, "Am I reading that wrong?" That last question matters because it keeps you calm. It gives them a chance to correct themselves. But it also makes them responsible for the energy they brought into the room. If they say, "No, I did not mean it like that," you can say, "Good." Then we are clear. If they say it was just a joke, you can say, "Good." Then we are clear. Then move on. You are not trying to win a debate. You are making it clear that you noticed. And once people know you notice, they become more careful. This works especially well with people who use fake humor. They insult you, then smile. They make the group laugh, then act innocent. They say the cruel thing with a friendly face. So if you respond, you look like the problem. Calm labeling breaks that game, because now the comment is no longer floating in the room like a joke. It has been named. And hidden disrespect hates being named. The fourth move is the low voice line. When people feel embarrassed, they usually talk too much. They explain, they defend, they give context. They try to make everyone understand their side. But long explanations can look like panic, and panic makes the other person feel powerful. A calm person uses fewer words. Lower your voice. Keep your sentence short. Say the line, then stop. If they mock your mistake, say, "Yes, I made mistakes. I also learned from them." That works because you are not denying imperfection. You are owning it without shame. And shame needs your participation to work. If they laugh at your idea, say, "Not everyone needs to see it yet." That works because you are not begging them to understand your vision. If they attack your confidence, say, "I am comfortable with myself," so that does not land. That works because the insult needs insecurity to attach to. If there is no hook, it falls. If they bring up your past, say, "That version of me taught me a lot." They expected shame. You gave them growth. Notice the pattern. You are not insulting them back. You are not trying to win a fight. You are showing that your dignity is stable. Stable people are hard to embarrass, because embarrassment works best on people who are secretly asking, "Am I enough?" Once you stop asking the room that question, the room loses power over you. The fifth move is the exit of power. Some people do not want a real conversation. They are not misunderstanding you. They are not trying to solve anything. They want a stage. They want attention. They want to pull you into their show. And if you keep responding, the show continues. That is why sometimes the strongest move is not another sentence. Sometimes the strongest move is removing your attention. Look at them for 1 second. Let them know you heard it. Then turn your attention somewhere better. Say, "Anyway, let's keep going." Or say nothing. Continue the conversation with someone else. Return to the topic. Walk away if you need to. Not dramatically, not with an eye roll, not with a big performance, just calmly, because you are not running away. You are removing the reward. Your attention is access, and not everyone deserves access to you. This is important with people who keep poking, one comment, then another, then another. They are watching to see how long it takes before you break. If you keep reacting, they learn where the buttons are. If you keep explaining, they learn how to keep you talking. If you keep laughing along, they learn that your discomfort is free entertainment. But when you stop giving them the reaction, the game becomes boring. And people who feed on reactions hate boredom. Now listen closely. One awkward comment can be a moment. People make mistakes. People sometimes joke in a way that does not land. Not every uncomfortable comment is a full attack. But repeated humiliation is a pattern, and patterns need boundaries. Do not handle the whole pattern in public, because that can turn into another performance. Shapot it later, privately, clearly. Without a long emotional speech, say, "What happened earlier cannot keep happening." Then say, "I am telling you directly because I respect you." Then say, "But I will not keep accepting it," and stop. Do not over-explain your boundary. A boundary is not a debate, it is a standard. If they respect it, you have information. If they mock it, you also have information. Either way, you stop guessing. This is what emotional armor really means. It does not mean nothing hurts. That is fake strength. You are human. Words can still sting. A room can still feel heavy. A cruel joke can still hit a sensitive place. Emotional armor does not mean you become stone. It means hurt does not drive the car. Embarrassment can visit, but it does not get to lead. Your pause is armor. Your low voice is armor. Your calm eyes are armor. Your ability to walk away is armor. Your refusal to over-explain is armor. And the strongest armor is this belief. My dignity is not up for debate. Once that belief becomes real, people can feel it. They feel it in your silence. They feel it in your posture. They feel it in your short answers. They feel it when you no longer chase approval after being disrespected. That is when you stop being easy to control, because control requires access. If they can access your fear, they can control you. If they can access your shame, they can control you. If they can access your need to be liked, they can control you. But when those doors start closing, the old tactics stop working. They can say the sentence, but they cannot choose your reaction. They can try to make the room watch you, but they cannot make you shrink. They can throw the moment at you, but you decide whether to catch it. That is the edge. Not cold, not cruel, not emotionless. Just unbothered enough to stay free. So the next time someone tries to embarrass you publicly, remember the order. First, pause. Second, breathe. Third, look calm. Fourth, reset the room. Fifth, label it if needed. Sixth, use one low voice line. And if they only want a reaction, leave them without one. That is how public humiliation backfires. Not because you crushed them, not because you embarrassed them harder, but because you stayed with yourself. You did not abandon yourself to keep the room comfortable. You did not become cruel to prove you were strong. You did not shrink to make the moment pass faster. You stayed calm, you stayed clear, you stayed yours. And that is the kind of person people think twice about testing again. Comment below which part is hardest for you. Staying calm, finding the words, or not replaying it later. And remember, build emotional armor. Stay calm, become impossible to control.